YouTube land, playback, Anchor FM, iTunes, Spotify. That's right, Sunday morning, it's time. You know what it is. Pick'em Sports Talk Radio. I am DJ Widebody. We're joined here by Kareem VIC Williams, Kareem Coop, and shout out to our comrade, CME Hustle, above seas, rehabbing camels, Malcolm Edwards. See you next time. This is Pick'em. That's right. You came to the right place. Please do not check or change your dial. What's going on? That's right. It's Pick'em. It's our time. Pick'em Sports Talk Radio, brought to you by Pop Pop's Wood Shop. Pop Pop's Wood Shop, specializing in custom woodworking, coffee tables, china cabinets. They do it all. They are dedicated to providing you with top quality work at the utmost professionalism. Call them today. 1-800-286-5233. That's 1-800-286-5233. Use the code PICK, P-I-C-K, when you call them. That's Pop Pop's Wood Shop, 1-800-286-5233, and use the code PICK. Welcome to another episode of Pick'em. We got football, we got sports, we got Kareem VIC Williams coming at you.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on this morning? Cool.
What's happening?
Why? What's good?
What's happening, man?
I don't know. I can't call it, man. It's been a crazy weekend in sports. We got a lot to cover in a short time. I want to start off with last night's fight with Canelo Alvarez. Smith, 12 rounds of boxing.
Yes.
Clearly, it was a complete and utter destruction. Canelo showed again why he's possibly pound for pound the best boxer in all of boxing. Does last night's fight, however, set up a possible Triple G trilogy? Does it possibly set up another fight for those two in the future? We know that Triple G had a fight on Friday night, taking care of light work with the TKO. Are these two set up now, prime for another match? Cool.
No doubt they are. That's what the people want to see.
Right.
Hey, they've been having wars, man. Been straight wars between these two guys, man.
Right.
I love to see it. I can't wait. I'm ready. Got my popcorn ready. Hey, it needs to happen. Let's make it happen.
It definitely needs to happen. I feel like Triple G was robbed in one of those fights. I feel like he definitely won. Of course, politics as usual prevailed the day. They wanted to see a trilogy, but they've been putting this last fight off for quite some time now. Why? My question to you is, if they do fight, who is the favorite and why? Do you think that Triple G has a chance to win in a third bout?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take it somewhere else because there's another dynamic into this whole thing here. Although
really?
I do feel like Triple G got that first fight It was all set
Okay.
up for Canelo, and that's when I kind of got disgusted with boxing because boxing has a habit of pushing people that they feel is going to help the business. I go
Right.
back to Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins at that time. Jermaine Taylor clearly didn't beat B-Hop that time, but Jermaine Taylor was the next upcoming boxer. We got to worry about here. I think Canelo needs to worry about Errol Spence, man. He really wants that fight at 160, man. So I think that's the money fight, man. If you ask me, Errol Spence versus Canelo, I think both styles kind of match up. I would like to see the Triple G trilogy, though, but that might not be what Canelo wants to take right now. Right now, these guys are trying to get big fights, man, and boxing's got some momentum right now. So I would like to see Spence before him fight Spence before Triple G, but that Triple G Canelo trilogy has got to happen. But I think the money fight, if Errol Spence and Canelo does go down to 160, I would like to see that. But that's just me.
Now we're completely leaving out Terrence Crawford. I mean, a lot of people are overlooking the Nebraska Maniac. I mean, this guy is the illest in Nebraska. Like, why is everybody sleeping on Bud Crawford? Like, Bud Crawford isn't in the discussions for any of these mega fights.
Well, that's why Crawford want to fight. What's the name? That's why he want to fight Pacquiao. He want that name. He want his name out there.
Yeah, right. That's his route. Contract, he's got that. I got another year left with Top Rank, and Top Rank's not going to get into a lot of arenas, man. So Canelo just got horrible promotion, man. That guy should have been getting these big ticket fights by now, man. He's 33, 34 years old, no big ticket fights. So I think the next move has got to be Pacquiao for his career. I think he should fight Pacquiao. I didn't really see that at first. I know you guys were talking about that a couple weeks ago, but I think the big fight for him is Pacquiao, man, because Spence looks like he don't want to. He wants another blockbuster before he sees Crawford. I think both of them need to build some momentum up, man, and didn't clash in the middle.
The thing with that whole dynamic with Errol Spence trying to take the route to get to Canelo is this: he's not guaranteed to get to Canelo. So I mean,
that's true.
One loss in boxing could set you back 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? Give or take. You know, and then the money might not be the same down the line. But I mean, I guess they got to take the path they have to take. If I was both of them, I definitely would take the same route that they're taking, but they definitely are throwing it up in the air like dice in a casino because it's a 50-50 shot. You know, you're not guaranteed to walk out of that match with Canelo, the winner. And Pacquiao, you're not guaranteed to beat Pacquiao either. You just don't know which Pacquiao is going to show up that night. But we shall see. It's very interesting what's going on. Bud Crawford, you definitely need to get off the Top Rank. You've been there for too long, and you have no fights under your belt that are of any significance. But we shall see. Moving on, college football last night. Clemson, Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. The Irish beat Clemson earlier in November. Beat them in an overtime match without the golden retriever. I like to call him Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback, the number one recruited quarterback in college football. Last night, with a lot of pieces back in place, Clemson took care of business easily, mopping Notre Dame 34-10. My question to both of you is this: does this clearly put Clemson in the driver's seat for the national championship? Even though Alabama was in a tight one last night with Florida, they were in control of that game for most part until the late second half. Is Clemson the front runner for the national championship? Why?
Well, this was a statement game last night. Trevor Lawrence come out. Man, hell of a game. 322 yards, 2 touchdown, 1 pick, 25 for 36. Got my vote. I think Clemson's they're that team, man. They're that team right now. They beat the Irish like they weren't even on the field last night. They were having practice with them. Shout out to the Clemson Tigers. Always been a fan. Hope Clemson takes it all the way home. Let's keep it on the East Coast, damn it.
I also wanted, before I pass it over to Coop, I want to shout out Craig Shannon for betting me on that game. He is an Irish fan. And last week he bet me in his house $50 that the Irish would win. I'm coming for my bread before I go to my meeting at 2:00. And I hope that you do answer the door because I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, but I am coming to bring you some tidings. So I want my $50 because you don't want to cash at me. So I'm coming straight to your house.
Wow.
I'm coming for my bread. And you still owe me. If Dallas does not win the division this year, another $50. And you still owe me $50 from the 76ers not making the NBA Finals last year. Craig, you down bad, my guy.
He's got a tab.
Over to Coop. Coop, I want to get your opinion on last night's game.
Wow.
Do you think that Clemson, wow, indeed. Do you think that Clemson is the front runner for the national championship?
Yeah, it's Clemson to Alabama. It's clearly that's going to be the game again. And
Hmm.
they played so many times. But hey, I mean, Trevor Lawrence coming back showed you what they would have did if he was in there the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, clearly those are the two front runners, Alabama and Clemson. Who's going to
Definitely.
win? Is a hard. Is a hard. I don't know who would win that one. Trevor Lawrence looks like the golden boy, and he
He
this
is.
may have his storybook ending, and they'll probably win. But it'll definitely be a dog fight because that Alabama Florida game was a dog fight.
It was
That,
a
that was a
war.
hell of a game. That was a
It
hell of a
was a
game.
hell of a game. In the first half, Alabama definitely set the tone, but Florida settled into the game and kind of made a run towards the end of the first half into the second half. But Alabama held them off. Shout out to Alabama, Crimson Tide, Roll Tide.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Alabama has enough firepower offensively to take Clemson. I don't know. I mean, they look good against everybody else, but the
Right.
last few matches with Clemson and Alabama has been Clemson. I'm leaning towards Clemson in this one, but we shall see. The playoffs are just weeks away. The national championship will be played on January 11th. I'm excited to see who makes it to the championship.
Sleep on Ohio State.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Ohio State looked real shaky yesterday. I mean, they really struggled in that game. I'm really surprised. But they did have 22 players out, some suspensions
Damn.
and some due to COVID also. So, but they still pulled it out. But we'll see. I mean, when they're back to full capacity and full strength, we'll see exactly what they bring to the table.
Yeah, yeah. I always run with
Right.
Ohio State, man, but like you said before, they always struggle with these SEC teams
They
when it
always struggle.
comes to the title games, definitely. So well, that's
Yeah.
hard for me to see, man.
SEC is us wrong.
I'm a low
Um,
key Ohio State fan. I'm not a I'm low. It's kind of low key, but I've been a fan since like '95.
Really?
But when it
he
comes to
like
the
Joey
SEC,
Galloway.
yeah,
He
yeah,
like
they
Joey
struggle.
Galloway and those boys.
Joey,
Yeah.
Joey
Oh yeah.
Galloway,
Yeah.
Eddie George, Sean
Eddie
Eddie
Springs.
George,
George.
right?
Eddie George. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie. Big Eddie George fan.
you
I ain't
remember
gonna
that team? They had Sean Springs, Terry Glenn. They had I love
They
that
lie.
team.
they were they were loaded. They were
God, I
definitely
forgot
loaded.
about them.
Yeah, but
All right, we'll
I see
see. I mean,
Alabama and Clemson, man.
all
Alabama and
right, that's
Clemson
what
will
it's
win.
looking like. All right, with the NBA just days away, with a scheduled Christmas slot with a ton of games on Christmas Day. The Lakers are coming into the regular season undefeated in the preseason. The Clippers are still in turmoil. There's a lot of discussion that Kawhi Leonard possibly was bribed to come to the Clippers. They're
Uh-huh.
still up in the air as far as Paul George. He did sign the extension.
Ugh.
Do the Clippers have a chance to upstage the Lakers in the West, or is the Lakers clearly the front runner to repeat as champions? Why? I'm start with you.
Well, man, hey, I just think honestly, like we discussed, unless I gotta see what the Clippers are adding because basketball, sort of like football, you can't bring the same product that you brought out last year.
Right.
I don't know, man. Paul George got all that money. We know what happens when you give somebody some money. I just don't see it, man. I see them maybe being a second round exit. I think the Lakers. If you ain't doing what the Lakers have done, and I'm not just saying that because you're a Lakers fan. I also like what I saw with the Nets.
Right.
East side, but man, nah, they're probably fourth or fifth at best right now on my radar. Because you got,
All right.
don't forget Denver, don't forget the Lakers, don't forget the Warriors, man. The Warriors,
You can't forget the Warriors. Don't forget Utah. They were just
I thought
a couple
don't
seconds
forget
away from
Houston.
beating Denver.
I thought
Right.
Clay was out again. I thought Clay was hurt.
Clay, sir,
Clay
but
is
yeah,
Clay's out for the year, but they do have Wiseman.
Oh well,
they got some assassins out there.
They added some
yeah,
pieces.
but I
They
wouldn't
added
put
some
them up
pieces.
there. I wouldn't
What?
put them up
They
there.
added some pieces
Okay.
Wait,
besides
Golden
Clay.
State? Nah, not with Clay out.
That's fine. That's
They'll be
fine.
decent, but
I
not
gotta
front
respect
runners.
them. I mean, they're well coached and they have been champions in the past. I just don't see them winning without Clay and Steph
Yeah,
together.
I don't.
But I mean, they got a young core and they did pick up some pieces. But the Lakers, and not just saying this because I'm a fan, they are the deepest team to me. They picked up a lot of pieces in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean
Nobody,
Lakers is number one right now. I mean, ain't
nobody
nobody
thought that.
messing with them.
Nobody
On
thought that.
paper, yeah. On
Nobody,
paper, yeah.
nobody thought that Talon Horton would come in here and average 27 points a game. Second year player out of the G League last year. He's come out of nowhere. He could possibly be the third scorer. definitely a part of the bench. We got a lot of pieces in place, but we'll see.
Let,
Anything is possible, barring
I mean, they're
injury.
easily the
let
front
me
runners. I mean,
let
nobody
me
compares to them right now.
let me say this. I'm not
Go ahead.
saying that I'm just putting the Warriors above the Clippers. I don't think the Warriors going to get the chip this year, but I'm
No.
saying there's a lot of other teams in the league better than what the Clippers got right now. I just think in my humble opinion. I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
think.
like you said, the Nets are definitely deep. They're strong. They're coming out of the East.
Oh man.
The Milwaukee's no sleeper again. The
Right.
76ers are retooled with coaching, and they've added a couple of pieces. And
Yeah.
of course, the Heat. You can't forget the Heat.
Oh,
And then
be
the West.
forgetting
The
us.
West has always been
Yeah,
strong.
we forgot
So
all about it.
it's
I
just
forgot about the Heat. Yeah, we leaving the
can't
Heat
forget
out of
about
it.
the
Yeah,
Heat.
but
So I mean,
uh,
we'll see. We'll
the
see. It's
Greek
a lot.
Freak signed a big contract. We forgot about that when he signed a
We did,
big,
but Toronto.
lucrative contract. Damn.
Toronto to me is still missing a star. They
Well,
got
they
they
are.
got they got pieces and they got shooters, but they don't have an actual star. If they were maybe able to get Giannis in the offseason or somebody of that caliber, I would have probably thrown them in the hat
Nah,
in the
Giannis just
arena.
signed a big contract. I thought didn't Giannis
He
just
did.
sign a big one?
Yeah, but I
He
mean, if
could
they
have
were
got him.
able, if Giannis was able to be swayed to
Oh, if they
Toronto, I mean,
That'd
okay,
have
I
been
would
the
have thought,
move.
but
okay.
no,
Don't know
Toronto's
why he
like maybe
stayed.
a fifth or sixth seed tops. So,
Hey,
but we'll see.
don't know
What do
why
we
he
got?
stayed.
What do we got this week? In
Can we,
Pick'em. What big games do we have coming up?
Not a lot of
uh,
big matchups this week.
I
Not a
didn't
lot of
see
big
too.
ones.
I didn't see too many.
Yeah.
I do know that the Saints and the Chiefs played today. Of course, Breeze is coming back. Do you think that Breeze coming back maybe a little bit too premature? Because of course, the guy that they replaced him with was doing very well. Tyshawn was doing well. He was undefeated. Do you think that maybe they should have given him some more time to get back, or do you think that Breeze is ready to come back for this big game? Why?
that's going
I,
that's going that's going to be the Saints' downfall for letting Breeze come back. But I see where Breeze is coming from. I believe that the hot kid with the hot hand in there, he's on the streak, doing real good, looking like a little young Breeze. But Breeze is going to come in there, they're going to flop. Breeze should have just gratefully bowed out and let the young man take the bull, take the reins. But Drew Brees is like, man, I got football left in me. I'm 40 plus years old, and maybe if Breeze was a little younger, maybe he would have just let the young kid have it for the rest of the year. But I think this will, mark my words, this will be the Saints' downfall for Breeze
So,
coming back.
so are you picking the Chiefs?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Good for them.
I pick them on the road, man. I pick them on the
All right.
road easily. Chiefs are the
All
best team
right.
in the league right now. Half the season, I mean, half the docket played already. Notable games. The Chargers get a win finally. No, I'm sorry. 5-9. Herbert set some records. Congratulations to him. Looks like he has the rookie of the year
Rookie
in the
quarterback
bag.
of the year, baby.
Yep.
Rookie quarterback of the year.
Raiders just
just
fell
rookie
apart.
of the year period. Jefferson was in the lead till that game. He
Right.
kind of overtook it after that game.
Folded
Yeah.
like a Raiders folded like a cheap dollar store beach chair.
A sombrero with no taco meat. I don't know what's happening.
Hey, Bills just demolished the Broncos 48-19, and the Panthers barely. The Packers escaped, but Panthers kind of put a good showing out there. Packers, they beat the Panthers last night 24-16. Some notable games. Let's go down the list. CME Hustle, we got his football team 6-7. This team is on the rise, man. They got some momentum going. They still got the NFC is wide open. They face the Seahawks today at home. We got the Bears going up to Minnesota to take on the 6-7 Vikings as another team in the playoff hunt. I'm not going to touch that game. Jaguars, Ravens, Buck, Falcons. Bucks. It's like an easy win for the Bucks. The Bucks are on the road today. You got the Riverboat Gambler taking on the Texans at the house.
Oh God.
Eagles, Cardinals, bad game. Rams, Jets, holy crap. Chiefs, Saints. Chiefs, Saints, kind of interesting. Chiefs 12-1, obviously. Saints 10-3. The Browns and the Giants. My squad. And Monday night, you got the Steelers and the Bengals. So let's go ahead and talk about our teams and move on because there's not, well, Vic's team already played this week. So let's go with the next best thing. We got the 9-4 Seahawks going into the DMV FedEx Field to take on the 6-7 Washington football team. Both teams need this game. It's Seahawks in their respective division and the Washington football team in theirs. Vic.
I'm gonna go with the Washington football team. It's their game to lose. I also believe that they're the ones that have to win this game more than the Seahawks. The Seahawks are actually they could lose this game and still be in good shape for the playoffs. The Washington football team been playing good as of late. The defense is coming on. Chance Young really leading those boys. Rivera got them playing really well. I'm going to go with the Washington football team to get the win today.
Wow. Went out on the limb. Cool.
Yeah, I'm going
Well,
on the limb.
I'm sure not going to go there, but I do understand where you're coming from. They do have a great defense. Chase Young and them boys on the defensive line out there balling. But and Alex Smith is playing better, so
They're playing good.
I'll give you that.
Right.
But I still don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Seahawks. I believe DK Metcalf, Lockett, and Russell Wilson, the curly afro, get it done this week. So I'm picking the Seahawks.
All right.
Cool. Once Seahawks Washington, real quick, shout out to the chat, CME Hustle, Malcolm Edwards, what's going on? Also the Comrade, 30 Old Men, RTO Beats, a Raider fan.
What's going on?
You guys had a rough couple of years. The Raiders leaving the town and going out to Las Vegas, but hey, it's all good, man. Back to our picks. Seahawks in Washington. Yeah, so hey, let me tell you something. We went up there to Seattle and we beat the Seahawks on their turf.
That's right.
Football team, you're gonna be at the house. This team is real good, man. If you guys, I can't pick against this. I cannot pick against the Seahawks because it's the end of the season. This team's got to be running on all cylinders right now. They ain't trying to be catching no L's right now. It ain't time to be stacking, sandbagging. It's time to run the sheets. So I don't see the Seahawks going into the DMV. Although I must say that the Washington has been playing some real good football. Alex Smith is the guy ain't no slouch, man. He's a good quarterback, man. He's a difference maker. But I just don't see that happening this week. So I'm going to go with Coop over there. I'm going to pick the Seahawks, man. So it's Wyatt and Coop for the Seahawks and Vic for the Washington football team. Moving along. Division rivalry, end of the year, you got the 6-7 Bears. This team started out so promising. They go up to Minnesota to take on I guess you could say hot 6-7 Minnesota Vikings, man. What's cool? Talk to me, man.
Once again, we're without our best defensive player for the last 3 games, and teams have been taking full advantage. He's considered right now the best coverage inside linebacker in the game, Eric Kendricks. And hey, they've been killing us with the tight ends. They've been going all over the middle. That scares me, this game.
Uh-huh.
And they got big boy Akeem Hicks in the middle again. He wasn't there the last game. He changes things as far as the running game and holding that the middle of the interior offensive line in control.
Yes.
So if I'm going to pick this game, I hate to say it. And then we got Trubisky, which I know y'all think is a bad quarterback. He's not great. He played good last week, but he gives us problems because of his running ability. He always gives the Vikings problems, no matter how sorry he really is. He gives us problems. So I hate to say it, but I might have to go against my boys this one, man. I mean, we already beat them.
Whoa!
Usually we split.
Really?
We usually split. And right now, just with Kendricks out of the game and all the injuries we have, it's just I'm seeing the Bears a little more full strength than we are. If Foles was in the game, I would pick us because I think we could handle Foles. But with that running ability of Trubisky, I may have to take the Bears, even though I'm rooting for the Vikings deep inside.
Of course, but you picking the Bears, oh my God!
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we got too many injuries. We got too many key injuries right now.
Hey, I gotta respect it, man. Vic.
The Vikings come in here hobbled like a British soldier in a Hessian war fight. I'm gonna have to.
Only you would say some shit like that.
I'm gonna I couldn't think of shit.
Damn.
To
Wow.
You could tell.
You thought about that one. You thought about that one all night. You had to think about that one all night.
I couldn't really think of shit to say, but I had to say.
You thought of that all night.
Yeah, no, I pulled that out of my hat. I'm going.
That was he put that out the hat right there, bro.
Wow.
You see, I'm rubbing my brow. I'm gonna agree with Coop. There's just too many injuries right now. I really would love the Vikings to make the playoffs. I would love to see them try to, make a little push here, but there's just too many key injuries on both sides of the ball for the Vikings. I don't care if they're playing in Prince's mansion or his palace in pink panties. It really doesn't matter. If they pulled up in a little red Corvette with raspberry berets in their helmet, it really doesn't matter. The Bears should be able to get this victory today. If they don't, shame on you. I'm going to go with the Bears.
All right. Vic for the Bears, man. Hey, uh, for Hessian in the hey, I'm just gonna go with the flow on this one, man. Hey, if Coop betting against the Vikings, I gotta go with the Bears, man. If he ain't
Yeah.
sticking
But
with his squad,
but don't be surprised if we pull it out.
Well, yeah, I
Don't be
mean,
surprised.
you should win, but
pause.
I
I
think
don't see it.
we still got the chance now, but I'm just saying it just adds up for them this week.
I got you. Hey, Coop, you trying to win? You trying to so we're all for the Bears. Coop, Vic, and Wide. Moving along. Man, this one here, I'm going to go ahead because it's not really a lot. You've got the 6 and 7 Patriots going to South Beach to take on the comeback team of the year, man. The Dolphins, 8 and 5. The Dolphins, 8 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins are 8 and 5, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
right.
Vic, take it away.
They're playing really well right now. I mean, they're playing up to their competition, and sometimes they're playing above their competition.
Yes.
They're still a young team. They got a young quarterback. You know what I mean? They're looking good. They got pieces in place that can move the ball. Defensively, they're young. They're ferocious. They're getting after it on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
You just don't know with Cam right now. And the Patriots, they're still trying to find their identity 15, 25 games into the season. I don't know. You know, sometimes they show up. They blew us out 45-0 a couple of weeks ago. Then you just don't know. I'm going to go with Miami. I think I'm going to ride that wave. The Dolphins are going to get their ninth win today against the Patriots.
All right. Cool.
I'm going with Miami too, man. The Patriots don't really show me nothing. I mean, sometimes they come out to act like they want to play. Other times they don't. We don't know what we're gonna get with Cam. I mean, it's good when he runs the ball, his little 10-yard first downs and his goal line touchdowns and all that. But as far as this matchup go, Miami's just a better team, man. They're playing good defense. The secondary's playing well. They're moving the ball. The rookie's throwing the ball. And I just don't see nothing in the Patriots to make them win. I mean, unless Belichick can come up with some schemes and confuse the young guy, and that can happen. But for now, I'm going with Miami.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead. I've been pulling for Killer Cam all year. This is a division. Doesn't really matter the record. Belichick has had a lot of success against the Dolphins. Dolphins are 8 and 5. I still don't believe the Dolphins, but they're 8 and 5, man. The Patriots, I think they're going and they outsmart this team today on the road. Patriots a must win to stay in the playoff picture. Dolphins trying to get that AFC East title.
The title is over with. They can't get the title.
Wait a minute.
The Bills have.
I mean, you're trying to get a wild card slot. Excuse me. The Patriots, man, they really got to win the next 2 games, and the Dolphins have to lose the next 2 games. So I think the Patriots make it interesting today. I think the Patriots go on the road and they get it done. So I'm picking the Pats. So I'm for the Pats. Vic and
I can
Coop.
see that happening. You actually did a good analogy of it. I could see you make me want to change just the way you talk.
I'm going with the Dolphins. The Dolphins,
but I'm
the
still
Dolphins
stick
are going to
with
be
the
a
Dolphins.
wild card team.
Yeah,
Dolphins
I'm
are going
still
to be a wild card team. Dolphins are going to be a wild card team.
Moving along. I don't know if I should pick this game, but I must go ahead and go for it because it's Brady. 8 and 5 Buccaneers going into Atlanta, taking on the 4 and 9 Falcons, which Falcons are like the East Coast Chargers. They got weapons. They can be dangerous, but they haven't been able to finish games, and it's just injuries riddling as well. But the Buccaneers and Falcons is always a good game, division game, no matter the record. Coop.
This is kind of hard one to me because I just don't think Tampa's what everybody think they are. They're a good team, but not a great team. And the Falcons will surprise you sometime and just come out of nowhere and just ball out and look good.
Flip banger.
But with all that being said, I'm still going with Tampa Bay. I believe Tampa will pull it out. I believe Tampa will pull this one out. The Falcons ain't playing up to what they should be. I don't think they're as bad as their record, but your record still is what you are. So it is what it is. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
All right. Vic.
You could give Atlanta a 48-point lead against Brady, and they'll still lose. I mean, you already saw that they lost in the Super Bowl with a 28-3 lead. I just don't care how many points you give Matt Ryan and Matty Ice and those guys. Their coach is known for blowing leads, and their team just implodes. It doesn't matter how many weapons they have. But, Tampa Bay is not the team that we thought they were going to be with all the on paper at the beginning of the season. They look really good, but they're still trying to find their identity too. They also got Brown now. They're trying to get him the ball a lot, get him implemented into the offense, Gronk. So they're still trying to work on their chemistry. but I still think they have enough in the tank to get past Atlanta. I mean, even if they're down 48-3 at halftime, they'll come back and win. I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
All right, big for the Bucks. Yeah, I've had my eye on this team. This was the question. Everyone was looking at Brady and see how he would do with another squad. I think Brady, for the most part, it's all a chemistry thing, man. I wish Antonio Brown could have been there at the start. I think by now would have been some kind of chemistry and some kind of understanding by now. Although Brown has played with Brady in the past, it's a different offense. The Buccaneers, I've seen every time Brady goes deep, Brady's not able to throw that accurate deep ball like he used to, and a lot of times he tries to win it on his arm. It's just his instinct. But the Buccaneers are going to face the Falcons. Division game, Buccaneers on the road, Brady, Falcons. Falcons still are dangerous. They still have some weapons. But I don't see them getting past the Buccaneers. Buccaneers need this game as well. It's going to be a real tight finish in that division as well. No, I don't think Saints are going to run away with that. My bad. I'm looking at the other division. But yeah, I picked the Bucks, but I won't be surprised to see. Let's see what happens, man. The Falcons ain't got nothing to play for. They play spoiler. They play herder. They play monkey wrench. I'm going for the Bucks, though, man. So I'm all in agreement with you guys as well. I think the Bucks get it done on the road. Moving along, the Riverboat Gamblers facing the Texans. Texans disappointment. I'm going to talk about the Eagles. I like to see that this young backup quarterback see what he does. The Cardinals. I don't think that's something to pick. Got the Jets, 0-13 Jets, and the 9-4 Rams. Watch the Jets get their first win today.
Right.
It don't happen like that too. Yeah.
All right. All right. Here's a game, basically game of the week. What's left? Shout out to Flip Banger out there. Flip Banger, your Panthers put up a good fight, my friend, but not enough, man. The 12-1 Chiefs on the road going into the Big Easy to take on the 10-3 Saints. Drew Brees back behind center at QB. Chiefs Saints. Everyone's default going to pick the Chiefs, but hey, the Saints, they've been out there winning, man. It's going to be a trick game today. Coop, I'll open it up to you, my friend. You have the floor, Senator.
Definitely, it's going to be the Chiefs, man. I mean, they don't need to bring Drew Brees back. He's one hard hit away from just retiring for good. I mean, the man had broken ribs, and you're bringing him back to play.
Yeah.
Just sit this one out. Sit this one out and just let the young boy complete the season. Matter of fact, Brees, you had a great career. It's time to just go ahead and retire, man. There's nothing to prove anymore. You've been a great quarterback. You got a Super Bowl. Just go ahead and retire. You got broken ribs, brother. But anyway, as far as this go, yeah, the Chiefs. I don't think. Well, the Saints actually have a great defense. We're kind of leaving that out.
Yes,
but the Chiefs are just too much, though. I mean, you got about 8, 9, 10 weapons on. That tight end is unstoppable, man. Even when you can stop Hill, triple team him, you got the tight end. I mean, like, what do you do against these guys? I don't know. So I think the Chiefs win it, man. I think it'd be a pretty good game, but I think the Chiefs win it by 14, 7, 3, one of those.
All
Chiefs.
right. Chiefs, Scoop, Vic.
Breeze needs to just sit down. His ribs are in pieces. He's like a McRib sandwich with cleats on. Take one bite out of him and it's just delectable.
It's over.
I'm really reaching in my bag today. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. It doesn't matter where the Chiefs play. They could be playing on Saturn. They could be playing on Jupiter or Uranus. Pause. But they're still gonna win this game. Mahomes is the best quarterback in all of NFL football. He has 25,000 weapons, and including he has Andy Reid on the sidelines making wimpy burgers. I'm going to have to go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, wimpy burgers, man.
He called him McRib with cleats
I'll
on,
gladly
dog.
pay you Tuesday for a burger today. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He
Wimpy kind of looked like Wimpy. Now you said that.
Look at his mustache. He looks all his face all pushed in. Definitely got a wimpy burger in his belly.
Hey, yo, I'll stick to what I was saying before, but I think Breeze, he called him McRib with cleats on, man.
Yeah.
I think Breeze starting today, it was the worst thing the Saints could have done for themselves. I think, we're Breeze, but I mean, hey, man, he's got football. He's 40-something still playing football, obviously. You don't want to stop. He don't want to lose his spot. He's been behind center there for a while. He is the franchise, basically. But, hey, man, it's time to go when you can't throw over 10 yards. He's looking like Peyton Manning out there in the Super Bowl. But Chiefs, Saints defense, though, this is going to be a barnyard fight tonight.
Okay.
today at 4:25 p.m. I think the Chiefs, they got 25,001 weapons, but the Saints, sir, they ain't no slouch. They're at the house. They got the stuff. Well, not really the fans, but yeah. If I have to pick the Chiefs though, man, even though the Chiefs, they do have some, chinks in their armor, but the Saints got a good defense. I think that defense could be the X factor here, man. But I think when it's all tallied up at the end of the night, I think the Chiefs come out on top. Chiefs are just that damn good, so I'm gonna pick the Chiefs too, man. But I won't be surprised if the Saints edge them. Who knows, man? Why they got to play the game. All right, so we're on agreement that the Chiefs are going to beat the Saints at the house, and the last game tonight, 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check that out. Sunday Night Football, NBC. The 9-4 Browns going into the Meadowlands to take on the 5-8 New York Giants. Colt McCoy behind center. Are the great hope. Colt McCoy, Giants, Browns. Only reason why we're picking it is just because of my team, but you never know. That's why we played the game. So I'll go ahead and open it up. The Browns and the Giants. I'm trying to win here, so I'm gonna pick the Browns. I think the Browns are playing lights out football.
Smart choice, brother.
Success this year for the Browns. Happy to see the Browns back on top. Hopefully Coop will go back to the Browns. It'll be a secondary team. I know he's a Minnesota Vikings fan, but he goes back to Eric Metcalf back in the days. I got respect and I have an admiration for the Browns as well. So, but good to see the Browns back on top. But I'm taking the Browns. Vic.
I would never pick the gray pantyhose wearing pant Giants in late season like this. I mean, their defense has been playing good as of late. They have been stringing together some pretty good quarters here. Still think they need some coaching changes going into next season, but I'm not going to go into depth and all that. The Browns are playing very well. They've got a lot of weapons as well. Kareem Hunt. They've got Chubb. No pun intended. They've got weapons. Of course, Baker's playing a lot better than he was at the beginning of the season. He was up and down at the beginning, but now he's giving you the best that he's got, like Anita. I'm going to have to go with the Browns to get the victory.
All right. Jose, the Chargers won this week, so Vic chilling right now.
It doesn't really matter. I'm very numb to NFL football. I've dealt with a lot of heartbreak in NFL football in my life, so I'm pretty numb to it all. I'm not really chilling, but I would like to see us win that division at some point.
Hey, we should have went down
uniform. We still got the best uniforms in all football.
Oh,
we just
boy.
can't string together. We do. And we just can't string together a 10-10,
Maybe
6,
one
11-5, or a 12-4 record. But I would like to see us get some wins. Herbert is the best young quarterback this year. And let's move along. Coop, who are you picking?
Go ahead, Coop.
You just had to get that little 2 cents in there, huh? Yeah. But of course the Browns, man. Chubb gonna run all over the Giants, man. Come on, listen. The Giants have been playing
all that, man.
Yeah, I'll give you that. They've been playing better as of late.
Our defense have been,
defense been better. I like the running back from Clemson. The second year?
Yeah.
He was good at Clemson. Good running back. But as far as this games go, I just think Chubb run all over them, play action. Mayfield hitting this guy Peoples. I don't know who Peoples is, but he's been kind of balling for him.
Peoples is nice. They got Kareem Hunt. They got a lot of.
They got Kareem Hunt. Hey. Kareem Hunt jumps in there, does his thing. And I think it's just going to be a little bit too much for the G-men. I'm sorry, G-men. Sorry, Wild, but
that is what it is, man. I respect that. You know what? I wouldn't be a Giant fan. I'm going to retract my pick. I'm not picking the Browns. I believe in my team.
Don't go with
your
heart. Don't go with your heart.
Baby.
You need to get the division.
Go with your heart.
I can't be not believing in my squad right now.
Don't be emotional.
I can't be not
don't be emotional.
You can't respect my. I gotta pick my boys, man.
Emotional.
I gotta believe in them right now.
Go
man.
with your heart, baby. Sometimes it works that way.
Hey,
sometimes it can be an upset.
What up, sweetheart? Digger Hurts, RTO Beast. What's going on in the chat? Hey, I gotta pick my squad. I gotta believe in my squad, man. I've been picking against them all year, and they made me eat my words. So the Browns, you got a problem when you come into the Meadowlands today, baby. Be ready.
Remember, y'all share that stadium with an 0-13 team. They're gonna be cursed today.
Fucking Ray Fankles, man. Get them out of there.
That's right.
Wish they'd got that.
Laces out.
Yeah, I wish they got that stadium on the west side. Man. Huh?
Well, shit, I want to go at my heart. I want to retract my shit now since you said that. You said you retract your shit. I want to retract my shit. Pick them Vikings over the Bears. Fuck the Bears.
Oh, so
It's
hey, you say,
okay.
hey, the book's still open. You want to change?
Yeah. Let me change it. Wow,
All right,
you have influenced me to go with my heart.
all right,
Fuck
bro.
what it looked like on
You know what
paper
I'm
and all.
saying? I was wondering what you like, man. He picking the
Yeah,
Bears. I
lock
thought
it.
you
I'm
hated the
going with my
Bears.
boys, man. I do hate them, but I just watching them and seeing what the Bears got right now, and Trubisky
Wow.
gives us problems. Made me want to go with the Bears. But you know what? The Vikings, because we need it and they need it. We both need this
Yeah,
game,
okay, but
so
you got
we
18
might
injuries.
pull something out of our ass.
Use your common sense. I mean, you got 19 injuries. You
Yeah.
already said.
Hey, we've had that all year, though. We've had that
All
all
right, well,
year.
y'all gonna lose
We
today.
played better than suspected.
All right,
Hey,
well,
we
good
gonna.
luck.
Hey, we're gonna. I respect it. It's the end of the year. The team got to step up, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna
gotta
die
step it
hard
up.
or die together.
All right, y'all gonna die hard with a vengeance. Then y'all go ahead, John McClane. Go ahead,
The
Samuel
McRib,
Jackson. And
the
Bill Harley.
McRib with
The
cleats.
McRib with cleats on. Go ahead with McRib with cleats on. Fucking Wimpy Burgers. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead with your heart. Y'all go
All
with
We
your
right,
going with our heart, baby.
all right.
Go with
Jim
your heart.
Jones, the real Jim Jones. How he had everybody
Okay,
drink
okay.
the Kool-Aid.
Y'all drink the
That's what we
Kool-Aid.
going
Y'all
with,
go ahead
baby.
and drink the
We
Kool-Aid.
drinking
The
the
real
Kool-Aid.
Jim Jones. We gonna drink the
Go ahead.
Kool-Aid, baby. We
Drink the
drinking the
Kool-Aid. You know what
Kool-Aid.
happens when you drink the Kool-Aid.
I know, right?
Go ahead.
Let's go over
Hey,
let's go over the score. Let's go over the picks. Seahawks in Washington. Coop and Wide, we say the Seahawks get it done. Vic says, hell no. The Washington football team will get it done at the house. Bears and the Vikings. Vic and Wide for the Bears. It was Cooper. Coop went back home to the Vikings. It's Coop
With his heart.
all alone with his heart with the Vikings.
Purple heart.
right, baby. Purple Hood.
Prince. No, man. Pats.
The revolution, baby.
Revolution. Hey, Delvin playing today?
You don't know.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Dalvin.
There you go. There you go. Best back in the league. Pats and the Dolphins.
He's not the best back in the league.
Well, he's arguably.
Who you got the best back in the league? Real quick.
There's two guys. Maybe
sidebar.
three
I got
with
Henry.
Chubb. I like Chubb.
I got
Henry.
Henry.
It's between them two.
Chubb.
I got Henry.
I think Chubb's overrated. I like Chubb though, but I don't know. I would put.
I think Chubb is overrated. Chubb be running, man.
Not
Nah,
overrated.
he's not
I'm talking about they
overrated,
kind
but
of
he's
put
not the
him in the
best back.
same vein as Henry though. I see.
I would put him as a top five.
He ain't no Henry though, man.
This is gonna go.
All
Who's
right.
next?
Pats and Dolphins. I say the Pats. Vic and Coop say the Dolphins. Bucks and Falcons, we're all in agreement that the Bucks get it done on the road. Chiefs and the Saints, we're all in agreement. Chiefs will beat the Saints. And the Browns taking on the Giants. Vic and Coop say the Giants, and I did, but I'm going to go back home. I'm going to ride it down my squad, 5-8 Giants today. We're going to be like the Chargers were the other day. We're going to get the win. We're going to take the NFC East. We're going to go back into the playoffs, and we're going to win something. So that's it for our picks there. And just to answer your question, Vic, with who's the best Giants quarterback of all time?
That was me. That was my question.
I didn't ask you that question.
Oh, it's cool. I'll go ahead and answer that. Well, so I thought it over last night. As far as durability, I got to pick Eli. Phil Simms has 2 chips as well. If I had to pick an all-time great Giant quarterback, Phil Simms was serviceable. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. Eli kind of put it all on the line, but I'm gonna pick Eli Manning, man. I just think Eli, when it's all said and done, and then history books are wrote, Eli number 10 will stand out just for his he was questionable, man. He has good numbers, made a lot of turnovers, but he also has 2 chips, man. So Eli Manning for the win. Greatest Giant quarterback.
Better than Phil Simms, who had one of the best statistical Super Bowls in history. He was 22 for 25 passing.
Wow. I get it.
Okay.
Hey, it's not this decision did not come easy.
Okay.
Vic went and did his research for this one.
Yeah, you picked Rain. You picked Rain Man over Phil Simms. All right.
Guys got 2 chips like Phil, got 2 MVPs.
He's not a better quarterback than Phil Simms, though. Not nowhere near.
I'm taking everything into consideration. The interceptions, the elite stuff.
Man, he's terrible.
The durability. Phil Simms get hurt. Eli would have played through that, man.
Helmets, people catching the ball off their helmet, lucky ass.
That's the most luckiest player in Super Bowl history. That's the luckiest player in Super Bowl history. I can't believe he got that.
Ain't no goddamn way better than Phil Simms.
Got chips.
No what? So
got rings.
Go to Sims.
But Phil got 2, don't he?
Durable.
And he's a better quarterback.
He's got. Well, Sims got him there, but
Doesn't matter.
Hostetler
He's
played
still
in
a better
the
quarterback
one in
than-
90
he's
though.
better quarterback
But
than
Yeah,
Eli.
he did.
Eli's more durable. Eli don't miss
so
games.
is
Phil
Sims.
Sims,
Yeah,
he
he's
would have played
durable.
through the injury.
I'll give Eli that. He is a durable motherfucker. He is that.
Somebody
He's
said
just
Geno
Geno
so
Smith.
I will give him that.
Okay,
He's so
okay.
dumb. He doesn't know when
Geno
he's
Smith.
injured. He's so damn
Geno Smith
stupid.
did,
He
goddammit.
doesn't even
Geno
know when he's
Smith.
hurt.
Geno Smith,
I don't know.
sweet.
I don't know that I'm hurt. I'm playing. Yay! I'm going to Hawaii. Hey, yay! I'm stupid. Hey, look at me.
Interception.
He's a dummy.
Interception.
Hey,
Oh, I
yo,
don't know.
it wasn't for
He's
that doctor
interception
putting that messing up Tyrod Taylor's lungs. We would have never knew what you had on the bench because he probably would have never put him in.
Well, it's all good. I mean, I'm gonna roll with Sims on that one. I mean, you like Eli, but
I got you. Hey, Sims, that's my boy too, man. This
I
decision
think I would
didn't come
take
easy.
Sims too.
I got y'all, man. I
Sims is a better
respect that, man.
quarterback.
You can't go wrong with either pick, man. I just,
You can. Oh, you can.
No. Y'all act like Eli's a bust, man. Like he's not a bust.
He's
He's
not. He stumbled into these plays.
Kurt
like
Warner.
He wasn't
Yeah, that's what I feel too, man.
He said
He
Kurt
just kinda-
Warner.
Yeah, he stumbled into him. Yeah,
Hey.
I kind of feel that way too.
Fucking Forrest Gump of the football field.
Yeah, long ass neck, him and his brother.
Go,
Long neck
Forrest,
twins.
go! Run, Eli! I don't know. I gotta go with Sims, but
All right.
Oh, Okay, but who had the better teams when we look at it? Because what was that? 86. He had Lawrence Taylor.
Oh,
he had
man,
the
who
he
was
had
the 86
Taylor.
Giants
Yeah,
defense?
yeah.
Of course they had
Linebacker,
86, yeah.
monsters. He had the monsters
Giants
over
were
there
way
playing
better in the
linebacker,
80s
man.
than
Come on.
than they were now.
But see, the 90s, you had Strahan. You had a nice defensive line. As of
Not
late,
like that.
2000
Not like that Giants linebacking core, Garrett. Man.
Yeah. Not as
Come
good as them.
on.
But I'm saying, that's their strength was their defensive line.
Man, everybody's
back then,
talking about the
yeah.
85 Bears. What about my 86 Giants defense, man?
The Giants were good. They were back then. There
Yeah,
was
they
a
had a
lot
good-
more stiff. There was a lot more stiffer competition around the league too than back then that they had to go against. The Giants in the early 2000s and the mid 2000s when they won those 2 Super Bowls with those losing records going into the playoffs, they had great defensive lines and they had decent wide receiver play. But the competition wasn't as stiff. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We can argue it all day long.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Yeah, we can argue that.
We'll find out. We'll find out tonight what the Chiefs are made of. We'll find out what the Browns are made of today. We're gonna find out what the Dolphins are made of today.
Do or
It's
die.
the real guys. We did it. Another week of Pick'em in the book. Shout out to Malcolm Edwards out there in Afghanaflak out there in Germany, South Africa, holding it down for wide bodies. Williams and Malcolm Edwards. We're saying peace, Pick'em sports. Enjoy your sports weekend. See you next time.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check us out on the playback on Anchor FM, iTunes, Spotify, all your podcast platforms on the playback. Be back here next week, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, week 16, the last week NFL. Sidebar. Shout out everybody in the chat tonight. Sweetheart, CME Hustle, Gigahertz, RTO Beats, Flip Banger. Thank you very much for tuning in. See y'all next week.
Damn, with that beat.
the chat.